So you're out riding your bike, having a merry and grand old time, when suddenly you hear this. Now, you have a few options. Number one, you could just ignore it and keep riding. I really don't recommend that you ride on bare rims though, because it'll be a huge headache in the long run. Number two, you could walk your bike. Again, don't recommend that because walking kind of sucks. That's why you're riding a bike. Number three, you could have no dignity and call your mummy to pick you up from the side of the road. Or number four, you came prepared, you have the tools to fix the flat, you can do it really fast and be on your merry way. Welcome back to another episode of 3 Minute Thursday, sponsored by Wabi Cycles, the video series where Wabi and I bring you some quick tips where you can learn about cycling in 180 seconds or less. Here's everything you need in a bike flat fix kit and how to use it. 180 seconds on the clock. Let's go. The first item you'll need in your flat fix kit is something to make your bike tire flat so that you can fix it. This is everything you need to fix a flat on the side of the road. Use whatever tool your bike requires to take off the flat wheel. Next, look around the tire to see if there's any debris sticking out. Sometimes you can find exactly what caused the puncture sticking out of your tire, and you could pull it out to prevent it from puncturing the next tube that you put in. Take your tire levers, hook one of the tire levers to a spoke completely opposite of the valve stem. Then take the other tire lever, jam it up in there, and just go around to pop the tire off. At this point, you can reach in there and pull the popped tube out of the tire. Run your fingers along the inside, nothing sharp that'll puncture the new tube. Take your tube and give it a couple of quick pumps to give the tube some shape to make it easier to install. I like to line up the label of the tire with the valve hole to make finding it easier and finding flats easier. Take your tube and just slot it through and pull the tire over. Then you just go around, tuck the tube inside of the tire, start at one end and just go around and tuck the tube inside the tire and inside the well of the rim. The well of the rim is this inside part with the red tape where you can tuck the tire inside. Yours may not be red. Mine is because it looks cool. Start putting the tire back inside the well of the rim. Just pinching it together and letting the tire fall inside the well of the rim. You're gonna get to the point where it looks like your tire is too small to get on, but all you need to do is create some slack by, again, going around both at the same time and doing two things. Pinching the tire together, pinching the side walls together, and then pushing down inside the well of the rim. And eventually you get enough slack where this part will just fold over and seat inside. Now on both sides of the wheel, just go around and make sure that there's no tube sticking out, because if there's any tube stuck between the tire and the rim and you try to pump it up, it's gonna blow up and everything looks good to go. Pump it up to your desired PSI. You know you did it right if you pump up your tire to PSI and it doesn't explode, and if you don't hear any leakage, then put the wheel back on your bike and be on your merry way. Thanks again to Wabi Cycles for sponsoring this video series and for being a good source of tips, information, and for smartly speccing their bikes. If you're interested in learning more about cycling, and if you're looking for a really sweet fixed gear or single speed bike, check them out linked at the top of the description. And remember that life is short, but don't make it shorter, so ride your bike every day to be reasonably dangerous.